Hello, hello, hello. This is the first part of my companion piece, my more in detailed film of our Finding Yeti sculpture. If you haven't already, I'll link to him. He's on my main channel. This is a collaboration with Yeti's Place where I created the sculpture of Yeti. And today I just want to show you the armature. Now I'm filmed this in two different angles, so anything you can't see from this side, you'll get to see it in a second the other way. This is just some garden wire creating the armature. I take a long piece, fold it in half. I've created an idea of what I want for the size by printing them out and sketching where I want them to be. And then I take my first piece of wire and fold it in half. And then I'm just going to twist the two pieces together, as you can see, until it's the length. This is going to be from his head down his neck up to where his shoulders meet. So I'm just measuring it up against the picture, measuring it up against my lines every so often to make sure that I get a piece that's about the length I want it to be. I have some more videos on my channel of how to make armatures as well, and any bits where I'm a bit off camera because it's so awkward to work with this much wire, but just twisting it to about the right length, and then I'm going to fold these edges out to become his shoulders. And basically the leftover of this wire is going to become his front legs, and the second piece of wire is going to become his back legs. So I'm finding the center point again of this ridiculously large piece of wire and looping that over and down to his shoulders, and I'm going to take the two pieces, the front and back leg, and twisting them together a good couple of twists, and this creates kind of the shoulders, the chest area. This gives the width of his chest. So I'm giving it a couple of complete wraps, slightly off camera, and the same again on the other side, holding it together and twisting these ends together gives the width of your shoulder and holds the legs firmly in place. And as I said, the original wire becomes your front legs and the new wire becomes his back and then his back legs. So I'm lining it up and I'm going to gently twist his back the same as we did for the neck and the head, and just twist that to roughly the length that I believe his spine needs to be. And it's exactly the same, just twisting end over end. And it's easier to make sure you've got more wire than you think you're going to need, although the stuff does get in the way. It's a little bit awkward. I'm using garden wire here. For a sculpture this size, garden wire is probably the weakest wire you can use. I could probably have done with using slightly stronger wire, but I find it gets really awkward to twist and manipulate. But just twisting that until we get it to be the length of his spine. And as I say, this is going to be the first video in the real time creating of this guy, or most of it real time. As you'll see, the sculpture took about 5 or 6 weeks to create, and then I've just folded following the lines till I get him in the Yeti stand-up fashion. So basically the back, once it was the length of the spine, just pulled out both ends to make the back legs, and I'm just where I want it finished, I'm just folding over to make his paws, and then I've trimmed off excess wire. And that's basically it. I find for any breed or any animal, if you get a decent skeleton, if you get your armature right, then that's half the battle. That's the easiest way to make it easy for you to create the right animal. And then the wrapping and the felting on top of that, that's all so much easier if you've got the right skeleton to start with. And the best way to get the right skeleton, using the image of the animal that you're trying to create. So this is the wonderful Yeti from Yeti's Place. In a second I'll be showing you this again with just a different camera angle, because basically there's so much wire it's difficult to get it all in frame. But I hope you enjoyed seeing this created. Thank you so much for joining me.